Thank you for joining me on India Front. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has addressed the parliament regarding the situation in Manipur, not once, but multiple times. He expressed his concern for the people of Manipur and reiterated the government's commitment to restoring peace and stability. His speech was in response to the violence and unrest in the region, which has been plagued by insurgency and ethnic conflicts for decades. But the opposition parties decided to walk out in protest, citing dissatisfaction with the government's handling of the situation in Manipur. This has almost become a template. While PM Modi is in Moscow, Rahul Gandhi is in Manipur, the opposition has made this about priorities. The Congress has called it another outreach to violence-hit people of Manipur by Rahul Gandhi and slammed Prime Minister Modi for ignoring their plight. But while Congress has linked Rahul's visit to solidarity, one of Congress's ally, the Shiv Sena Uddhav faction, has revealed the real reason of the visit. Speaking emphatically, like he always does about anything, Sanjay Raut said Rahul Gandhi is in Manipur because he wants to be the Prime Minister. That is what he said. The BJP has latched on to this comment to say that Rahul's Manipur Yatra is not for Nyay, but for image building.
राहुल जी ही जाएंगे। प्रधानमंत्री की तो लोग इंतजार करके बैठे हैं वहाँ, तो जाना है राहुल जी को ही आखिर, क्योंकि राहुल जी को प्रधानमंत्री बनना है, हम बनाएंगे।
नॉन बायोलॉजिकल प्रधानमंत्री मॉस्को जा रहे हैं। राहुल जी नेता प्रतिपक्ष लोकसभा में हैं, वो मणिपुर गए हैं, तीसरा दौरा है उनका मणिपुर। और ये दिखाता है, और ये पिछले 17 महीने में प्रधानमंत्री ने मणिपुर के बारे में कुछ कहा ही नहीं, और मणिपुर तो गए ही नहीं, कुछ 4-5 घंटे के लिए भी नहीं गए हैं।
कुछ लोगों को पॉलिटिकल टूर करने की आदत हुई है, लेकिन जब बंगाल में शरेआम हिंदू महिलाओं को सड़क पे पीटा जाता हो, न उस पे जुबान खुलती है युवराज की।
You heard the reactions. Let's quickly open this up. Guru Prakash, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ratan Sharda, author analyst, Karan Verma, author analyst, IP Singh, the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Dr. Syed Hafiz, spokesperson of the DMK, Kishore Tiwari, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray faction, and Kamruzaman Chaudhary ji completes the panel. Good evening, all of you. Guru Prakash, I want to begin by asking you what the opposition has been asking. Why hasn't Prime Minister Modi found time to visit Manipur? They say if Rahul Gandhi can, why can't PM Modi?
No, the question is, Pranesh, that Rahul Gandhi's sole focus, his exclusive domain is PR. And that is what he is doing. He is not at all genuinely concerned with the issues and the challenges of Manipur. What has happened in Kuch Bihar, what has happened in Sandesh Khali, this selective outrage. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is nothing but an ambassador of selective outrage. He is bent on making this an international issue. He has always said foreign intervention. It is against the unity and integrity which is mentioned in the Constitution of our India. On the one hand, you will show the Samvidhan, and on the other hand, you will go ahead against the unity and integrity of our country. This is just beyond my comprehension. Time and again, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said, we need foreign intervention. We need foreign intervention. What does it mean? What does the timing at the EU debate indicates on the Manipur issue? So we have to understand, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is part of the Breaking India forces. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the leader of the Breaking India Alliance, which is operational.
Do you realize what you're saying, Guru Prakash? You're talking about Rahul Gandhi. You're calling him leader of Break India forces. Do you realize he's also the leader of opposition?
Absolutely, and I have no doubt in my mind. Why else will you internationalize a local issue? Why else will you call for foreign intervention? Why else will you go to Oxford and the Cambridge of the world and you will say, please come and interfere? This is an absolute truth of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. We have to understand the Manipur problem is a legacy issue of the Congress party. The Congress party is responsible for it. But my point is, Pranesh, that you will not go to Kuch Bihar. You will not go to Sandesh Khali. You will absolutely maintain a silence because that doesn't suit your politics. This is is your politics that you want to invite international forces who cannot absolutely accept the fact, digest the fact that India today is the 5th largest economy. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has a fundamental problem with the fact that the Prime Minister comes from a humble background. He doesn't have a pedigree of foreign university. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who is nothing but an ambassador of breaking India forces, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who is nothing but the ambassador of selective outrage, has come out again and is showing this. But we are with the people of Manipur, the government of India's topmost priority. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said, he has spoken in the parliament, and our act also shows that we stand solidly with the people of Manipur. Instead of politicizing this issue, Mr. Rahul Gandhi must come, have a constructive, solution-oriented dialogue. We will welcome him.
What makes you think this is not a constructive solution-based dialogue? Kamruzaman Chaudhary, Congress party is seeing this as a solidarity move. This is an outreach to the people who've suffered so much. But look what Sanjay Raut has said. Sanjay Raut has said that the real reason Rahul Gandhi is in Manipur is because he wants to be the Prime Minister. His words, not mine.
Pranesh, I don't know what's wrong in that. As a leader of the opposition, the largest political party in the opposition benches, and as a genuine good human being, if Rahul Gandhi goes to stand with the people of Manipur, then what's wrong in that? He is after all the shadow PM of the country. He will criticize the government's policies, the ineffectiveness, or the way the Narendra Modi government has handled Manipur. Here we have got an official spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party coming on live television and doing all whataboutery without answering the basic fundamental question: has law and order collapsed in Manipur state? Yes or no? The entire country is asking that question.
No, Guru Prakash is saying that this is a legacy issue, and this is not the first time that the state is witnessing
I'm coming to that.
strife.
I'm coming to that.
That's his response. I asked you a question on what your ally has said. Now you are saying what's wrong in that? Rahul Gandhi is the shadow Prime Minister. Fair enough. That's the position that you've taken. Let me bring in Karan Verma. Karan Verma, what is the halabaloo about then?
No, Pranesh, absolutely Rahul Gandhi should go to Manipur and he should apologize for his sins, because this is a legacy issue that has been passed by successive Congress governments. And I can go on, whether it was the Assam Agreement, the Assam Accord 1985, Mizo Accord, Tripura Accord, none of them implemented in letter and spirit by successive Congress governments. In 1993, 200 killed, not a single statement coming from the Home Minister, leave aside a visit. In 2011, we had a band lasting 8 months, where petrol prices shot up to 1,000 rupees per litre. And the entire government of Manmohan Singh, Sonia Gandhi, absolutely mum. Yes, this government brought this insurgency and everything down by 81% till 2022. What has happened post 2022 requires addressal, and this government has tried addressing it. But Rahul Gandhi should go there and apologize, because in 2008, when they signed the suspension of operations agreement, they promised that they will rehabilitate the Naga insurgents. They did not do that. They promised in 2013 that they will consider the ST status to the Methi community. They did nothing. They were caught napping on that. So yes, Rahul Gandhi should go there and do praischit for the last 50 years, ever since Manipur became a state, for ignoring the demands of the indigenous communities, for allowing illegal poppy cultivation, for allowing illegal immigration from Myanmar and Bangladesh. He needs to apologize. He needs to answer for all of that. As for the Prime Minister and this current government, we should ask the strongest questions. But then this government has not shied away from answering questions. They wanted to discuss this in the parliament. These people ran away. The Prime Minister spoke about Manipur and how FIRs have been put in place and how schools are back to opening. Okay. The opposition ran away. So this is an opposition. This is a leader of opposition who wants to create chaos, who wants to create division, whereas the Prime Minister wants to solve this issue. Okay. That is why the MOS has spent many days there.
Let's bring in IP Singh. IP Singh ji. विपक्ष बार बार ये कहती है कि प्रधानमंत्री को मणिपुर पे अपनी चुप्पी तोड़नी चाहिए, वो जवाब नहीं दे रहे हैं सदन को, लोगों को आंसर नहीं कर रहे मणिपुर पे। लेकिन जब भी आपने सवाल पूछा और प्रधानमंत्री ने बोला, आपने वॉकआउट कर लिया। ऑपोजिशन वहां रहता ही नहीं है, सवाल पूछ लेते हैं, आप जवाब सुनने के लिए बैठते नहीं है वहां।
प्रधानमंत्री जी को विदेश यात्रा करने से पहले जिस मणिपुर में हमारी बहनों के साथ, हमारी बेटियों के साथ जिस तरह से अत्याचार हुए, जिस तरह से पूरी देश की जनता शर्मसार हुई, पूरा दुनिया में भारत की एक तरह से लोगों ने उपहास उड़ाया कि भारत में महिलाओं की क्या स्थिति है। हम 85, 90 और हम पहले की बात कर सकते हैं, लेकिन 10 वर्षों से बीजेपी की सरकार है। प्रधानमंत्री जी को ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग बुलाना चाहिए और मणिपुर की जो समस्या है, नॉर्थ ईस्ट की जो समस्या है, उस पर बैठक करनी चाहिए, उसका समाधान करना चाहिए। लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री जी को शपथ लेते ही उन्हें विदेश जाना था। अभी देखिए, अभी फिर सेशन जैसे खत्म हुआ, फिर प्रधानमंत्री जी विदेश में हैं। तो सवाल यह है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी हमारे इंटरनेशनल व्यक्तित्व हो गए, उन्हें प्रधानमंत्री पद से इस्तीफा दे देना चाहिए। वैसे भी ये बैसाखी की सरकार है और नानी नायडू और नीतीश कुमार के बैसाखी पर टिकी हुई ये सरकार है। तो प्रधानमंत्री जी को समझना चाहिए कि बैसाखी की ये जो एनडीए सरकार है, उनको इस बात की इजाजत नहीं देती है कि आप अपनी मनमर्जी से चलेंगे। देश की समस्याएं पहली प्राथमिकता होनी चाहिए। प्रधानमंत्री जी, आप आइए, टेबल पर बैठिए। लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन है श्री राहुल गांधी, आप उन्हें हल्के में नहीं ले सकते। हम हमारी आलोचना से ये हमारी आलोचना या जो हमारे पैनल में लोग बैठे हुए या जिनके आपने व्यूज सुना है, उनकी आलोचना से काम नहीं चलेगा। वो लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन है और इंडिया गठबंधन के वो बड़े पार्टनर है। निश्चित तौर से अगर हमारी बात होगी पटेल जी, तो प्रधानमंत्री जी को सुनना होगा, जो सरकार उसको सुनना होगा और उसके समाधान की तरफ हमें बढ़ना होगा।
नहीं तो समाधान की तरफ तो तब बढ़ेंगे आईपी सिंह जी जब आप बात सुनेंगे। अगर प्रधानमंत्री को सदन में आप सुनेंगे ही नहीं, तो ये फिर ये जो साइकिल है वो चलता जाएगा। Every night we will be having the same conversation because you asked the question. It is your right to ask the questions, to corner the government, to raise issues of people. But it is also then your duty to listen to the other side. Ratan Chadha, what's going on here? The Congress party is saying that look at Rahul Gandhi's solidarity. He is once again amidst the people, listening to their plight, understanding their pain. Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut has said that look, Rahul Gandhi is in Manipur because he wants to be the Prime Minister.
Pranesh, I am one of the happy people that Rahul Gandhi not going to foreign lands, Thailand and Nani ka ghar every week or every 2 weeks, went down hundreds of times when he was also leader of the opposition, if not officially, unofficially. So now he's becoming serious, not gone out of India for a very long time. Is that why they're unhappy with Modi ji going out? Secondly, Modi is doesn't have alliance with Congress or Samajwadi Party. He has alliance with other parties of NDA, and they are happy with what it is doing. Now coming to Northeast and Manipur, I am not talking of whataboutery. I am just trying to say it's a problem which has been there for long years. Even during best part of Congress rules, Manipur had huge problems, and I am going to quote some incidences. So please don't stop me. It's very important for people to know what is the history of Northeast Manipur violence. They had in 1993. Congress CM Rajkumar Dorendra sat over a regime in which 750 people are killed, 350 villages burned, nude protests by women in 2004, where 12 women paraded nude to protest against Congress rule and the solutions. And Congress was ruling since till 2017. And very interestingly, in 1994, when the motion in Rajya Sabha for president was presented, PM of the Congress, P.V. Narasimha Rao, did not speak. Home Minister S.B. Chauhan did not speak. Minister of State P.M. Saeed spoke. Again, in 93 August, when the violence was at peak, P.V. Narasimha Rao did not speak. And it was only Minister of State Rajesh Pilot to speak. It was during 9 months of violence. 9 months, remember. From 2005 to 2015, 5,500 people died in political violence in Manipur. These are state figures. From 2002 to 2012, Okram Obabi Singh ruled over Manipur. 400 cases of bloody violence in 4 years from 2002 to 2007. 15 years of maximum bans and agitation and blockades. And Manmohan Singh never visited Northeast. You remember he was an MP of Rajya Sabha from Assam. in 1728 case of fake encounters during the same period, 728 fake encounters. Blockades lasted 30 days to 139 days in a year, and the price of petrol went to 240 rupees and LPG 1900 rupees per liter.
Right.
From 2012, there was a blockade of 123 days. From 2014 to 2022, there is a drop of 68% in insurgency during BJP time and drop of 68% death of security personnel. AFSC has been removed from 19 police stations in 7 districts. If this is not progress from what was happening earlier in Northeast and Manipur, what can be called as progress? So just going there, Mr. Rahul Gandhi had told you how Manmohan Singh behaved for Northeast, how there is no development, how there is huge violence, how violence has been reduced during BJP government time. So to keep on saying Modi ji has gone to Northeast a number of times, which entire BJP Congress government never went.
No, they are saying, they are saying why hasn't the Prime Minister found time to visit Manipur after the violence has hit the state?
I gave you example that PV Narasimha Rao never spoke, Home Minister never spoke, Minister of State spoke. So what are they talking about, Mr. Modi?
Let's
Home
bring in
Minister
Kamruzaman Chaudhary. He has his hand up. Karan, I am coming to you next. किशोर जी मैं आ रहा हूं आपके पास भी. कमरुजमान जी जवाब देना चाहते हैं रतन शारदा जी को. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, when the Prime Minister spoke last about Manipur, it was in Rajya Sabha, and he said, look what has happened in the state. Article 356, President's rule, 10 बार लगा दिया आपने स्टेट में. So there is history to what we are saying in Manipur.
I am not denying situation. I am saying what.
Even during the Naga Manipur Meitei clashes or during the Naga Kuki clashes of the 90s, the situation was not so bad as in Manipur. People sitting in the panel will cite to normalize the incidents that are happening in Manipur by citing incidents from the past. But that's a very wrong way of perceiving things, what is happening in Manipur. Under the Prime Minister Modi, we all know he started the Look East policy and Man Ki Duri policy for the people of the Northeast. Prior to the Manipur State Assembly election, Modi ji visited Manipur, campaigned for the candidates in Manipur. But once the violence broke out in 3rd of May 2023, our great non-biological Prime Minister never got a single minute to visit Manipur, stand with the people out there. What is the security risk? When the leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi ji, could find to visit time to visit Manipur, stand with both the communities, handhold them in solidarity, why can't our non-biological PM visit even once? Why is this this thing? Even not only that, you see, when the issue came out in the parliament, when the
Guru
video
Prakash,
of that
answer that
lady
question.
went viral,
Quick
the
comment
Prime
from Guru
Minister-
Prakash, the
let me
BJP
finish. Let me
spokesperson.
finish, please.
Then I bring in Dr. Syed Hafiz. He's joined the debate.
No, I have very strong objection to the use of word by the Congress party and the Congress party spokesperson, the Congress party supporter. But we have to understand कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के संस्कार यही हैं. आप संविधान की बात करते हो लेकिन संविधान पद पे बैठे व्यक्ति के लिए इस प्रकार के शब्दों का उपयोग करते हो. I think this is unconstitutional. This shows your respect and commitment to constitutional values and constitutional ethos. Pranesh, you know one thing, ये बार बार उस व्यक्ति को अपमानित इसलिए करते हैं क्योंकि वो गरीब, सामान्य, अति पिछड़ी जाति से आने वाला व्यक्ति है. That is the reason you make fun of that person. That is the reason you take his case. आप पचा नहीं सकते इस बात को. And that is why, if you have an iota of integrity, if you have an iota of shame, Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, you should take your words back. Second, you said मणिपुर से मन की दूरी हो जाती है. How many times? I challenge you. How many times did Congress Prime Minister Manmohan Singh went to Northeast despite being a Rajya Sabha MP from Assam? In his 10 years, not even on one occasion. तो आपकी नॉर्थ ईस्ट के प्रति कमिटमेंट क्या है? आपकी नॉर्थ ईस्ट के प्रति संवेदनशीलता क्या है?
ये किशोर तिवारी आपके जो नेता है संजय राउत, उन्होंने कहा है कि देखिए राहुल गांधी वहां गए क्योंकि उन्होंने उनको प्रधानमंत्री बनना है. अब बीजेपी ये कह रही है कि ये है उनका रियल एजेंडा.
देखिए, संजय राउत के स्टेटमेंट पर आप चौधरी जी से पूछ रहे थे, आप आईपी सिंह से पूछ रहे थे, तो मैं अभी आपको बताता हूं कि मैं हूं ना पार्टी का ऑफिशियल स्पोक पर्सन. तो मैं बताता हूं कि उन्होंने क्या कहा कि जवाबदारी है विपक्ष के नेता, यह शैडो प्राइम मिनिस्टर होते हैं और वो जब अपने रियल प्राइम मिनिस्टर जा नहीं रहे हैं, वो वहां पर इंटरवेंशन नहीं कर रहे हैं और परिस्थिति को नियंत्रण नहीं कर रहे, तो ये गए, क्या गलत है मुझे लगा। और दूसरा, हमारे चौधरी साहब जब बोल रहे थे कि नॉन बायोलॉजिकल है प्राइम मिनिस्टर, तो ये तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने कहा है गुरु प्रसाद। मैं रतन शारदा की इस बात से सहमत हूं कि कांग्रेस का भी रवैया नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए बराबर नहीं रहा, लेकिन हम इतिहास में कब तक जाएंगे। और कांग्रेस का वो इतिहास था, इसलिए तो उनको लोगों ने दरकिनार किया। अब वो कांग्रेस के परिप्रेक्ष्य में नॉर्थ ईस्ट बदला है तो वो एक अच्छी बात है। लेकिन मैं एक बात बोलता हूं प्रणेश की, लोग मुझे पूछते हैं कि यूक्रेन का वार रुकवा दिया फोन पर, तो मणिपुर का हिंसाचार क्यों नहीं रुकवा रहे। हाँ, वहां की परिस्थिति जो जो देख के आए। और दूसरी बात यह है कि मैं गुरु प्रसाद जी से पूछ रहा था कि ये अति पिछड़ा कहां से हो गए। अरे ये अति पिछड़ा नहीं है, अति पिछड़े तो हमारे यहाँ आदिवासी कोला में किसान है, आप अति पिछड़ों में से आते हो। अरे ये कहां से अति पिछड़े है, ये तो मोदी और अडानी के साथ है। आप समझते नहीं बात को, ये सामंतशाही के लोग हैं। अरे वो, अरे भाई मोदी जी अति पिछड़े नहीं है, वो जो ओबीसी है उसमें आते हैं। लेकिन मैं अभी बता रहा हूं अति पिछड़े जो लोग हैं वो एसटी एसटी कैटेगरी अलग है।
नहीं वो ठीक है, वो ठीक है, उसका जवाब ले लेंगे। जो आपने जो मेन अभी मुद्दा उठाया है, मैं उस पे आऊंगा। गुरु प्रकाश, रतन शारदा, दे विल बोथ आंसर योर क्वेश्चन। आई सी द हैंड्स गोइंग अप. Dr. Syed Hafiz, are you happy that Rahul Gandhi has gone there? How do you see the commentary around his visit?
Certainly, at least one constitutional authority from the union government has visited the place. That is very important at this point of time. Just some time back, I heard a panelist was giving a long date of what Manipur was. Yes, sir. All the more it becomes important on the Prime Minister to visit because it has been an historically sensitive area. It had happened in the Congress regime. Yes, it is not, and it is unacceptable. It has happened in the past. Traditionally, that is the sensitivity of that area. You know what is new to that area is this, that the hate has spread into the forces. People are not ready to trust the forces anymore. The Manipur police is not trusting Assam Rifles. The Assam Rifle is not trusting Manipur police. The Kukizo community police forces are not trusting the Meeti police forces. The same in Assam Rifles. This is an alarming situation. The hate has gone into the forces which was not happening in the past.
Now, Dr. Syed Hafiz, you are so eloquent, erudite always. What you just described got to do with PM's visit to Moscow? How are the two related?
I will say how it is related is because when a prime minister, when such an issue was happening, he was campaigning in Karnataka elections. You know, in such kind of a situation, traditionally, you have to go and try to win the trust of people of Manipur.
But the Home Minister was there. The Home Minister was camping in Manipur for days at length.
Let me complete. So, when it comes to issues, the tallest leader of the India or the whole world is Prime Minister. It would be better for the Prime Minister to go and convince. You know, some of my panel friends were saying that Manmohan Singh did not visit. I am quoting you 26 July 2012 from an article. The PM Manmohan Singh visited Assam when they were riots in Kokrajhar. So that is not factually right to say Manmohan Singh did not go to Assam. I will give you the data.
No, they are not saying that. They are saying how many times did Manmohan Singh go there? Because he was a Rajya Sabha MP nominated from Assam. That was what the other side was saying. Okay, I want to quickly, before I bring in Dr. Ratan Sharda, Karan Verma wants to make a point. Yes, Karan, quickly.
Yes, you know, Dr. Syed made a very elaborate point about how address issues. I would ask him right now, will he invite Rahul Gandhi to visit Kalakurchi where 63 Dalit lives have been lost? Will Rahul Gandhi pay a visit there? Will he try to assuage the pain there? What happens there? What do you have to answer for that? Will you ask Rahul Gandhi to visit Sandesh Khali also? Will you ask Rahul Gandhi to visit DMK's run Tamil Nadu, where we've had political murders, where BSP chief was murdered? Why have this duplicity in standards there? Or there you have a deafening silence?
Answer that
Please
question.
answer that.
This is about selective outreach and outrage. Dr. Hafiz.
So, see, this is what, when the question is put on why the Prime Minister not reach Manipur, the only answer they have is what about tree? What about tree? We completely empathize with the victim of food tragedy. We
No,
do
it
not
is
want
not
to
what about
trivialize.
tree. It is
For a civil
accountability.
war,
It is having the same standard.
For a
No,
civil
this is not
war,
what about tree.
for a civil war in the country, equating with food tragedy shows how sensitive this panel is towards the people of Manipur. You know,
No, 1 minute. No, Syed Hafiz, 1 minute.
That
We
is
are
why the
talking
Home
about
Minister
lives
has
of
visited.
people. 1 minute,
That
1 minute,
is-
1 minute,
No,
1
no, no,
minute.
I'm telling you.
Karan, Syed Hafiz, 1 minute. Let's get one thing right first. This is about lives of people and all lives matter equally.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Syed Hafiz, all lives matter equally. Let's at least set the baseline. So, you know, this thing about... No, 1 minute. While what has happened in Tamil Nadu is unfortunate, what is happening in Manipur is unfortunate.
Exactly.
Let's not say that one is more grave than the other. It's about loss of
I
lives
never said that.
and sending a message.
I never said that.
No, you were making it about how he does not care about people of Manipur. It's not that. Ratan Sharda,
No.
now Dr. Syed Hafiz and before him Kishore Tiwari, they were saying that the Prime Minister Modi, you know, everything that he said, why doesn't he go there, meet people?
Why didn't go? See, why if the number of visits are going to prove who should be the minister, I think Rahul Gandhi should have been foreign minister by many counts because he has traveled overseas much more than even Modi ji. Secondly, I am not comparing Congress and BJP performance in Northeast. I am saying the legacy of violence, long period of violence that has gone down after BJP has come to power by 16%. I am also showing that under Congress they could not control any of the bunds, any of the violence, and they faced much more violence. He talked of violence, no? Army, 1,728 cases of fake encounters during Congress time. Is this not worrying at all to the people? Irom Sharmila, she was on hunger strike for 16 years under Congress rule. What happened to her? Did anybody worry? And also, when Modi ji goes to Russia, it doesn't go to have some Thailand kind of massage like Rahul Gandhi or whoever, whatever it is overseas, you know. But he has gone to fuel security. Do these people understand fuel security? Do they understand what's happening in the world about the fuel prices? It is that we should be blessed that we have got a Prime Minister who could find strategy to get fuel security for India and also take advantage of the situation where everybody, when the Congress could not look beyond Middle East, Modi has opened new venues, new places to get fuel and have India's fuel security. But for these people, it's very unimportant. For them, Modi is not visiting Manipur is much more important.
Mr. Sharda, you are saying that this is about nation building on one side, what the Prime Minister is doing, an image building exercise by Rahul Gandhi. I want to go back to Guru Prakash. Guru Prakash, you know, let's talk about numbers. In the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, the BJP's vote share is 16.58%. The Congress has more than 47%. Do you think the numbers are a reflection of the sentiment?
No,
I'm
Pranesh,
talking about
we
the
have
Manipur
to understand
numbers.
one thing. Vote share, election result. No, I agree. You're talking about the Manipur number, but look at the Northeast completely. My friends from the opposition, they're talking about Northeast. Congress used to be the single dominant player. Not too far back, just 10 years ago, there was Congress government everywhere. Mr. Tarun Gogoi ruled in Assam for 15 years. But what is the state of affairs now? We have to understand that Congress party is an expert in exploiting tragedies. And this is nothing more than that. They are trying to take political leverage out of exploiting this Manipur tragedy as well.
But
what
Guru
is their
Prakash,
commitment?
people
What
would
is
tell
their
you,
value?
why are you allowing them to leverage this tragedy? Why don't you? Why don't you stop it? The Prime Minister can go there and say that, look, I've been here, I'm walking the talk.
Minister of State for Home Affairs, Mr. Nityanand Rai, he spent more than months on ground in Manipur, a senior official of the government of India responsible for internal security spent a lot of time there. Does that not matter, Pranesh? I want to ask you tonight. Only the minister, the entire administration, home minister was closely monitoring, prime minister was keeping a close watch. But the fact of the matter is that Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the entire opposition party, they have to maintain this facade. I am telling you again that this is a warning signal. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, in his quest of this selective outrage, in his quest of this selective politics, has been internationalizing this problem. There is a problem. There is a conflict. There is no denial about that. But why is Mr. Rahul Gandhi trying to internationalize this issue? This is my simple point. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has got nothing to say about anything. He will not go to West Bengal. He will not speak about the death of Dalits in Tamil Nadu. But why this? And let me tell you this again. This is not a question of whataboutery. This is a question of commitment and selective outrage and selective amnesia of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. The point is clear. So you have to come out and give an explanation. I was listening to Samajwadi Party spokesperson as well. वो कह रहे थे इंटरनेशनल लीडर हो गए हैं. इंटरनेशनल लीडर होना जरूरी है. देश आज 5वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बना है. ग्लोबल साउथ को लीड करता है. इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट्स हो, G20 की बात हो, तो आप लोगों को शायद इंटरनेशनल पॉलिटिक्स समझ में नहीं आता होगा.
मणिपुर में आप वॉर रोक नहीं पा रहे हैं. वहां जो क्लैशेस चल रहे हैं, स्ट्राइफ है, उसको रोक नहीं पा रहे हैं. और ये आईपी सिंह और किशोर तिवारी दोनों ने कहा. करण वर्मा,
जरा मैं बात कर लूं भैया.
नहीं प्रणेश, एक तो प्रणेश, सबसे पहले द प्राइम मिनिस्टर नीड्स टू ट्रैवल अब्रॉड बिकॉज देर आर सम मेजर अग्रीमेंट्स दैट आर टू बी साइंड, वेदर इट इज द इंटरनेशनल नॉर्थ साउथ ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉरिडोर. ये समाजवादी वगैरह के हिसाब से तो कॉरिडोर वगैरह की जरूरत ही नहीं है. इनके जो एलाइज थे लेफ्ट, दे सेड डिसमेंटल आवर न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स. सो दिस इज नॉट हाउ अ कंट्री वर्क्स. नंबर वन.
मूर्ख बनाना बंद करे बीजेपी. प्रधानमंत्री जी ने खुद अपने मुंह से कहा था
लास्ट ईयर व्हाट द आर्म्ड फोर्सेस एंड द पुलिस फोर्सेस सेड. एक मिनट चुप हो जाइए प्लीज.
प्रसाद जी प्लीज क्यों नहीं सुनते?
नो प्रणेश, दिस कांट गो ऑन नाउ. ही हैज टू कीप क्वाइट एंड लिसन टू मी. Pranesh, last year when Rahul Gandhi visited Manipur, what the armed forces and the police said, it was a security nightmare and the last thing we need here is politics. Rahul Gandhi क्यों campaign कर रहे थे भाई? Manipur में when the situation was so bad, he should have suspended all campaigns. Why was he campaigning in Manipur? So the fact is the Prime Minister doesn't want to make this a spectacle. The MOS home has spent there months. He wants a solution. Unnecessarily going there, being there in the center of things can stir the pot. The last thing we want is our security forces to be diverted. I want their attention and the Prime Minister and this government wants their attention diverted to the cause. And we are making progress in settlements. We have signed at least 11,000 FIRs. 11 more agreements have been signed. Many people have been rehabilitated. Congress is the responsible factor for this. And can we forget in 2013 the UPA government told the Congress to consider ST status for the Metis. They did not do that. एक भी कम्युनिटी की एक भी डिमांड कांग्रेस ने नहीं पूरी करी. नागा मिलिटेंट्स, नागा
के while you are calling it a PR stunt, image building exercise, narrative building, what have you by Rahul Gandhi addressed the media. This is what he said today. Let's play that out quickly.
और मैं प्रधानमंत्री से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि वो देश के प्रधानमंत्री हैं. मणिपुर एक प्रदेश है और प्रधानमंत्री को बहुत पहले विजिट करना चाहिए था, मगर मणिपुर को जरूरत है कि हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री यहां आए और जो यहां हो रहा है उसको समझने की कोशिश करें और जनता की जो आवाज है, जनता का जो दुख है, दर्द है, उसको सुनें. Please respect what I am saying. I have come here to give a clear message. I am not interested in answering questions that are designed to divert the issue. I have made my statement.
I'm here for people, not politics. Rahul Gandhi clear in his comment. Ratan Sharda, why would you not believe Rahul's outreach? Why are you still calling it PR exercise?
First of all, I did not call it PR exercise. Please go to my first statement. I said it's good that Rahul Gandhi is not traveling abroad to his holiday destination, which he did every 10 days. I'm good that he is there. I hope he stays there. I said that.
Right.
Secondly, why should I believe him? The person who says that Hindus are violent and he speaks countries anti-Hindu rant, I would not believe in anyway. I won't believe him because his Congress was ruling Manipur for 70 from till 2017, and we saw thousands of deaths, we saw thousands of encounters, and for him to now tell people what is happening in Manipur, are we forgetting the drug wars? Are we forgetting the illegal immigrants coming from the war-torn Myanmar region? Are we forgetting that cookies from Myanmar are here and there's a whole corridor being built to carry on with the drug smuggling? Are we going to deny that Biren Singh under BJP has destroyed nearly 50% of poppy cultivation in that area? Why these cookie and these other militants are after this particular government?
Okay.
Are we going to deny that this fight between Kuki and Methi is not something new?
Right.
High Court gave a decision, and the decision instigated by a Congress leader, and today are calling BJP to answer. I gave the reason that violence has gone down, and as you know, current potent, there's so many FIR has been filed, and so many people are rehabilitated, and in this dangerous situation, when you are trying to keep politics out, Rahul goes there, says I'm not playing politics, but why is always there in the
Okay, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, you have the last word on the show. Answer that question posed to you by Ratan Sharda.
Now, Pranesh, over the 33 minutes debate in your monologue tonight, the combined 4 members of the opposition got 8 minutes to be precise. I do not want to do politics over Manipur out here, but just the very important counterpoints needed to be countered about the ruling parties, the counterpoints against Rahul Gandhi's visit, which you did not allow. But anyhow, with the limited time that you provide me, let me just tell you that as a leader of the parliament, leader of the opposition in the parliament, Rahul Gandhi, after becoming the LOP, has visited railway workers, loco pilots, Hathras stampede victims, Gujarat Modbi bridge collapse victims, gaming zone victims, Assam flood victims he has met, and now he is meeting the Manipur ethnic violence victims out there. If it was the Congress government, it tried and it successfully stopped the Mizo violence by the Mizo Accord. It brought in the Assam Accord of 1985 after the horrific Nelly massacre of 1983. It brought in the autonomous councils in Assam, which brought the violence in the Karbi Anglong districts, in the NCL districts, in the Bodo districts to a minimum. Congress party has always worked for a solution. The problem here lies that the Bharatiya Janata Party and its leaders are in a constant mode of denial out here. The half of the problem will be solved when the BJP realize that the Manipur problem can only be solved through a political solution and not through military solution. And the political solution lies at the hands of the Prime Minister. We all know how the interlocutor, Mr. C.T. Ravi, the present governor of Tamil Nadu, how he screwed up the Naga Peace Accord in Nagaland.
Yeah,
Till now
Ravi,
we do not
yes.
know the contents of the Naga Peace Accord. Why after 2016 the Naga Peace Accord has not been implemented in Nagaland? These are some of the moot questions that the BJP need to answer. Why Northeast is in a hotbed all the time. In Manipur particularly, 2 communities, the Kukis, the Mehtis as well as the Nagas are leading a life of isolation. This is a perennial problem, no doubt about this, but the solution lies with the hands of the government.
If you're conceding this is a perennial problem, then, is there a need for political grandstanding? That's the limited point. And, you can keep noting down the number of, minutes, all this, that, the other, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, but you will never admit that the anchor was asking questions while you were counting the minutes that were given to the panelists on the other side. But I don't want to, stoop down to doing that. The people are watching. I thank all of you for joining us, viewers.